All right, man. So look, as I mentioned beforehand, the Milwaukee Bucks are looking to possibly move Giannis Antetokounmpo. Maybe they don't want to as much as Giannis is trying to right now. But Giannis, he did allegedly, well, it wasn't really allegedly, he said it. Giannis did say on his brother's podcast that, you know, if his team doesn't win a championship within the next 2 years, he's going to be looking for an out. Obviously, the Bucks, they fell short this year, getting put out in the first round. So that means that there's a lot of talks going on about Giannis possibly leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, we've had these discussions in the past of if Giannis would actually lead the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's been vocal about saying some things like, you know, some things need to happen in the front office, some moves need to be made in order for him to feel comfortable staying in Milwaukee. Now, he does want to win. He's been clear on making that a priority, that he does want to win. But one of the things about this is Shams did have some reports to say about Giannis possibly leaving the Bucks. And this is crucial information here because, as you know, when it's coming from Shams, it's important, man. You know, he's always on target with it. He's always got the inside scoop. But apparently, you know, Giannis and the Bucks, they're not really in a great situation to win moving forward. I heard him speak and I heard him report on multiple things. Damian Lillard is on his big contract. You got Kyle Kuzma, who's also on a big contract. The Milwaukee Bucks don't have any draft assets to trade until 2032, which is crazy. So they can't really make anything happen through the draft or trade anybody to bring more pieces there to the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, they got a lot of guys who are proven talent on smaller contracts. So they may even want to go look out and get a better deal with another team rather than stay in Milwaukee. So from a financial aspect, and the Milwaukee Bucks bringing talent to the team to help Giannis, they can't do that. The Bucks cannot help Giannis in any type of way right now if the goal is to win a championship. Dame is hurt. He's probably going to be out all next season. Kyle Kuzma didn't really live up to the contract hype, and obviously that contract is a huge effect on the Milwaukee Bucks and them bringing in other talent. So they can't really bring in more people and pay more people to come to Milwaukee. Also, too, you got to keep in mind, no first-round picks to trade until 2032. That's 6 years from now, which is just crazy. So they're like they're not looking good. The Bucks, they're on a downhill slope. So I wouldn't be mad at Giannis for him to go request the trade and go somewhere. As of right now, it's been reported that the Brooklyn Nets are kind of the main team who's vocal about trying to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And, you know, I wouldn't want to go play with the Knicks out in Brooklyn, man. No offense to any of them Nets fans out there. But let's be honest, bro. It don't matter what you throw at the Milwaukee Bucks, any picks, any players. If I'm Giannis and I have any say about where I can go, I'm not choosing the Brooklyn Nets at all. That's going to be the last team that I choose because they're just a disastrous franchise, bro. And they've continued to behave in this manner over the past 5 to 6 years. It's been disastrous for them, no matter who they had and what talent they had on the team. So Brooklyn Nets would immediately be a no. Landing spots for Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think it could be very helpful. I think it would be nice to see Giannis in a Rockets uniform, honestly. Rockets got the money to pay for it. They got the draft capital they can send over to the Milwaukee Bucks. And then obviously they got the young core too, and Jalen Green, Sengun. And I mean, I don't know how long Steven Adams is going to be around there, but he's still another solid piece that can help solidify that front court with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Jabari Smith is over there. They have the young talent. And I think the good blend of young and old and Giannis being in his prime, playing with the Rockets would be a phenomenal move for him because he could still keep the payday, probably even renew his contract after his contract is up in a couple years with the Rockets because, yes, they have the financials to take care of him. They can build that long relationship with him and then also bring in other players with Giannis as they continue to rebuild. So, I mean, Houston has a favorable chance here. And then another team I can't rule out just for the fact that it's been in talks. It's been on a dream list of NBA fans for a minute now. You got to consider the Golden State Warriors possibly landing Giannis Antetokounmpo. Man, I know it sounds strange and a lot of people would not want to see it, but I think Giannis has a good chance of possibly going to the Warriors. To me, this has been on the dream list of just players seeing certain players play together. I think it would be dope, bro, because not only is Steph on the back end, but Giannis entering his prime, bringing a dog in to that Warriors uniform, like, man, that would be nasty. Draymond, obviously, is going to do what Draymond do, but I would just love to see Steph Curry have another player like Giannis And I know what some people gonna say. They're gonna be like, well, damn, how much help does Steph need? He had KD, he had Clay. Like, I mean, who else does he need? I mean, he's only 6 foot. So you tell me, how much can a guy who's 6 foot do? He already won a championship by himself being 6 foot against the Boston Celtics. But I mean, you gonna really be mad at him for getting a guy like Giannis who can help out the team too? But that's a winning move to me. If Giannis does go to the Warriors, that's a winning move to me. I accept that. I think it's dope. I think it's something that could probably go on to be a good relationship as well, especially if the Warriors don't pay Kuminga, like I'm pretty sure they won't. But I think that could be a good landing spot. As of now, one thing I know for sure, Giannis ain't gonna touch. He's not touching Brooklyn. He's not touching Brooklyn. No way in hell. No way. I just, man, ain't no way. I don't know what it is about the Brooklyn Nets, but I just don't see it happening. I know there's a couple other options out there where he may possibly go, but I truly, genuinely believe the Rockets would be the best landing spot for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Just because they got the draft capital, they got the young talent that's there. They can still pay for other players to come play for the Houston Rockets. And like, it's kind of an upward incline for the Houston Rockets right now. And then honestly, I would be a fan of him going to the Rockets because get Giannis the hell out the East. We don't need him in the East anymore. Send him out West, especially since my Pistons is playing good now. Like, we don't need Giannis over here in the East no more. Let him go somewhere else. He can be there. He could be just get him out the East at this point. I'm sure Cavs and Pacers, all of them want him out the East too. No, Celtics want him out the East. All of that type of stuff, man. So, this is I think it's interesting. And then, shout out to you as well, Joey. Let's go New York. Knicks. Hey, Knicks, I really do hope y'all win, man. I hope y'all win this series. So, Joey in the live chat, shout out to you. Hey, again, anybody who's listening, leave us a quick take, 219-413-9405. You can always leave a quick take, and we'll play it back on our voicemail line. I'm not going to cap to y'all, especially since I'm live right now. I think that would just be silly to do, but no, man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't even checked the voicemail line. So as I'm close to doing that, I'm gonna just check right now and just, double back to see if anybody did go ahead and hit us up and, leave a quick take. But, man, I will say the whole Giannis trade, it's overdue. It's overdue. I genuinely don't see an upside for him staying in Milwaukee. He can be as loyal as he want to, but at the end of the day, if the goal is to win a championship, the Bucks ain't gonna do that, man. The Bucks ain't gonna make it happen. They just don't have enough right now to really make it happen. And I know, everybody is like on the train of, oh, well, he's got to stay loyal. You run to another team and, it's not gonna work out. Look at the Russell Westbrook thing and how long it took him to finally find a home. I get it. But the Bucks ain't it. I'll tell you that. All right, yeah, anyway, that's it, man. We ain't got no voicemail, so I'm going to leave y'all with a positive note here. And the positive note is just going to be as simple as, just don't quit, man. Sometimes the only difference of knowing if you'll succeed at what you're trying to get to and if you won't succeed is just the matter of if you continue to push forward and if you stop. I mean, there's a lot of people out here who are terrible at what they do. A lot of CEOs terrible at what they do. A lot of artists terrible at what they do. But it's just the fact that they did not stop, which is what helped them get to the point of where they are. Whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's a job, whatever the case is. So I know it sounds simple, but the matter is just don't quit. And I feel that same way with myself. That's a message I can relate to just because not quitting, man. There's been times where it's rough, whatever, all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you just continue to move forward and then, you're going to continue to progress. But hey, slow motion is better than no motion. And a little bit of something is a little bit better than nothing. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's the positive note. That's all I got for y'all. So I appreciate you if you've been tuning in. If you listen to the live stream, if you hear, or if you listen to the podcast version, iPodcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And then follow us on Instagram as well at I am Manny Wilson. TikTok at I am Manny Wilson. That's my personal, but follow the podcast page as well at The Round Podcast on all platforms. You can check us out. And then from there, man, we'll be back later on this week. And so on and so on and so on.